Hi, Andy here. One of my most requested videos is around high availability for RKE2 and coincidentally Rancher. And I finally decided to make it. I've been holding back, hoping you'd email me, but that's life. Or comment. But again, a lot of comments around high availability. So I'm going to break it down for you. It's actually not that hard, but there's a few orders of operation things we need to consider. Okay, we can see I've got a 6-node cluster up and running, 3 control plane nodes, and 3 worker nodes. Let's go ahead and take a look at a graph because there's an order of operations that's really important here. The first server, we're going to do whatever the IP address .2. It doesn't matter what the IP address is actually. You're going to go ahead and stand it up just like you normally would with RKE2. In fact, here we're going to go ahead and take a look at the config file. And typical config file. Now here I'm using SE Linux True. I'm setting a token because it makes it a little easier instead of copying and moving it around. And then I have some stuff here for the STIG. Okay. Now what's important here is this TLS SAN as well. What that's basically going to do is it's going to create a self-signed certificate for the cluster itself. This should be the DNS entry, and it'll make sense in a second, but this should be a DNS entry. Now, the nice thing is I could put every server listed here. I could put multiple DNS here as the TLS SAN. For those that are uninitiated, SAN is subject alternative name. So it's like here, example.com, but also login.example.com, stats.example.com, right? Those are subject alternative names. It means you can create one certificate for all those pretty easily. Okay, so we've got our one server. We did not notice we don't have a server field, but we do have the token. We do have the TLS SAN. Okay, great. Then we go to the second server. We don't need DNS set up just yet. We go to the second server and we point it to the first one. So let's go ahead. Let me get out of that. And then let's go to server number 2, so RKE-2. Same thing. We'll take a look at the file. Notice we've got the same TLS SAN. You really pretty much need the same exact config YAML in every single server node with one exception. And the difference is this server field. Okay. The server field is really important because it tells RKE2, hey, go over there, point to that first node. And notice that is the, we can do this. That is, so 151, and we can see, where is it? 151. So that is the IP address of the first node. Okay, great. Same thing on the third node. I'm not going to show you because it's redundant. But same kind of thing. We point server, the third control plane node to the first node. Once those 3 nodes are up, ensure that you have DNS, multiple A records, or a load balancer, pointing to the 3 nodes. And this is where you get the real high availability for workers. So let's go ahead. Let me see if I got my dig command. So here's my dig command. It's showing that I have multiple DNSA records for rke.rfed.io. And let's do get node-o wide. And let's connect into one of the control plane nodes, one of the worker nodes. So let's get out of here. And let's look at the config YAML. Notice the server field on the worker is using that DNS name. That's vitally important. What that basically means is that if there's ever an issue with one of the worker nodes, multiple A records, round robin DNS, or I call it poor man's load balancer, or a physical load balancer, will actually route that traffic to one of the workers and create that high availability. Okay. What does this look like from a rancher standpoint of view? Let me show you. Learn to spell. And if we go into our local cluster, we can see our 6 nodes up and running. Okay. Relatively straightforward, except you need to remember like the big keys here. The big key here is the orders of operation, the DNS multiple A records, and the config YAML to work appropriately. Hope this helps. If you've got any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. And let me know what you'd like to see on the next video. Thanks for watching.